I want to thank you for tuning in today to Prophecy Snapshots. You give me 5 minutes, and I'm going to give you something deep here. Now, we're doing this about 5 minutes a day for you to digest this. And again, if you've missed anything, go to our website and look back on those. You know the Bible says that there is a reward for those who are looking forward to the day of the rapture. So for those of you want to know about this? You want to know what's going to take place in the future? God is going to reward you for this. So, okay, here we are. We're near the end of the tribulation period. Horrible things are happening. Now, if you remember, early on, after the halfway mark, 1/3 of all the trees were burned up. 1/3 of the grass was burned up. 1/3 of all the sea life dies. 1/3 of all the drinking water is destroyed. Okay, remember we looked at yesterday, the Euphrates River is going to dry up and armies from the east and China, Asian powers are going to come marching over across to the battle of Armageddon. Now, right at that period of time, the Bible then says that the water then is going to be poisoned. Look at me in Revelation 16, verse 4. It says, "And a third angel poured out his vial upon the river and the fountains of the water, and they became as blood. For they have shed the blood of the saints and the prophets. Thou hast given them blood to drink." Now, I'm sure they'll have some sort of explanation of why the water turns red at that time. But the Bible says that God has turned it into the likeness of blood because they beheaded all those people that would not accept the mark of the beast. And let me remind you, I would rather be beheaded and live with Jesus for all eternity in heaven than to take the mark of the beast and to be doomed to hell. All right, let's now look at the great sun scorching that is going to take place. You know how they're saying that we're ruining our ozone layer? And well, they're right. Okay, but it's not going to be pollution. It's going to be because of all of these asteroids and things that are going to be striking into the earth. And so because it's going to break up in the earthquakes and volcanic explosions. Look here, Revelation 16, verse 8. "Power was given unto him to scorch men with fire." Here from the sky, from the sun. "And men were so scorched with great heat." Remember, there's no water to drink. It turned to blood. It says that they blasphemed the name of God, which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not. Now, isn't that amazing? All these things are happening to them, and they still won't turn to God, showing you the evilness of men's heart. I have found as a pastor, when bad things happen, it doesn't a lot of times drive people to God. It just brings out what's inside of them, and there's nothing here but evil inside of these people, which is very, very sad. This will be a period of time in which people will say when it comes to Jesus, I wish to God I had, or I thank God I did. And that's what we're going to be saying in heaven. I thank God I trusted in him. Now let's look at the big earthquake. We already talked about some earthquakes, but that isn't the big earthquake. Look here, Revelation 16, verse 18. "There was an earthquake, such was not since men were on the earth. And the cities of all the nations here fell. And there fell upon men great hail out of heaven." Look at this. Every stone, this hail, is about the weight of a talent. Do you know how much that is? That's 110 pounds. I want you to imagine 110-pound hails raining upon the earth. Oh, it's really horrific when we see everything that's going to take place. In fact, the Bible says that it is going to flatten the mountains. It is horrible things. And these earthquakes are just going to continue. The Bible says every island is going to sink in the ocean. Every mountain is going to be flattened. People won't have utilities. Remember, they don't have water. They don't have food. Very sad. Listen, it is to remind us here today what really matters. Let's keep our mind on what really matters.